Hey guys, it's Joe Walker here. What the flipping hell is going on? In today's video, I'm going to be trying the toe flip. Shout out to Cole Spence, left a comment down below suggesting, hey Joe, why don't you give the toe flip a try? Didn't know what a toe flip was, so I went away, had a look at some tutorial videos, some demonstration videos, and I think I could give a toe flip a very good go. It's new territory for me. It's in the pressure realms. I've never actually done any pressure tricks, so there's no pop involved. It's literally just pressure on the board and hope for the best. So it's a new area for me. Hopefully we'll grab a toe flip today, cue the warm up, and then we'll have a chat, and then hopefully we'll land a toe flip. There we go guys, all warmed up. Just gonna try some toe flips, just using the foot positioning that I've seen in the tutorial videos. I'll see how I do. If I land one, we'll then discuss that foot positioning with you guys. So fingers crossed, we land a toe flip today. There we go guys, first ever toe flip. I'm gonna try and do another one, try and clean it up. Guys, I swear I landed 5 of those in 10 minutes. It's a flip trick, and I know everything's happening really quickly on the footage, but the board is doing exactly the same rotation as it would for a varial kickflip. So it's a kickflip and a 180 rotation under you, and you land back on it, but there's no pop. It's all just pressure. So for those of you like, what is happening with the board? That's what's happening with the board. But I swear that is easier than an Ollie. That is easier than an Ollie. And it's about on par with like a shove it. But with the shove it, for some reason, I feel like I'm more chance of slipping out than I do with the toe flip. With the toe flip, there's more chance of landing on the underside of the board, or like kind of like semi-primo, but you're never really going to land full-blown primo because you're never really going to be high enough, because you're kind of just pressure popping down under the board and sort of, you know, levitating a little bit over it and then land back on it. But I just want to show you guys the foot positioning that I'm using, and if you can't Ollie, or if you're learning shove it, learn this. This is literally a flip trick that you can learn before you learn how to Ollie, and I swear down on that. There's no pop involved. It's a much simpler process, and there's no like foot drag. There's not much happening with the front foot at all. But let me walk you through the foot positioning that I'm using to land the toe flip. Right guys, I'm regular, so this is the tail, this is my back foot. You want to have your toes literally right on the edge of the skateboard, there below the bolts, and I mean right on the edge, not like there, not like there, right, just like clinging onto the edge with the back foot, and that is just going to press down like that. The front foot
is doing pretty much the exact opposite. It's right over the board. And I mean, just go as far over as you feel comfortable to kind of balance the board out. And you're gonna find that you actually have quite good balance with this trick because the 2 feet are doing polar extremes on the bolts. So they just kind of nicely balance out and you can ride straight and comfortable. Together they look something like that. It's like the weirdest foot positioning for any trick I have pretty much ever seen, ever. This trick is pretty much 95% back foot, and that back foot is literally just gonna press straight down, like so. The front foot is marginally there for guidance. It's just literally gonna just lift up and then land back on the board. Nothing else. Once you've figured out the pressure that you need to apply on the back foot, you're pretty much solid. You'll find that the board just nicely flips and spins 180, and all you've got to do is really just elevate yourself and just catch it and land back on it. Can't stress how much easier this is than an Ollie, so really do give it a go if you're struggling with your Ollies. I really encourage you to. It's a totally different realm of trick, and huge shout out to Cole Spence for recommending this to me. Really appreciate it, mate. Always psyched to get a new flip trick in the bag, but this is a real good one for anyone who's just starting out in skating, because it'll really build your confidence. An issue that I came across is similar to one that I come across when I'm doing varial flips, and that's that I was leaning too far forward when I was landing and kind of projecting myself forward away from the board. So keep those shoulders nice and square over the board and don't lean back too much, but just keep your center of gravity and your focus right above the board. Just be very conscious of the fact that you need to stay above the board. You don't want to be leaning too far back. You certainly don't want to be leaning too far forward, and you should be able to, as long as you apply that pressure nicely, just keep everything under you and land on it. Toe flip or pressure toe flip, and there are actually several variations of this trick, so I'm really happy to have unlocked the toe flip. I'm going to try do some in some lines and then see how we get on. Let's do it. Guys, some juicy lines implementing the pressure toe flip. I absolutely love this trick. So happy to have clutched a new flip trick. Seriously happy. I'd definitely say I can do that. I'd definitely say give that a try, even if you can't Ollie, even if you can't shove it. Just use the foot positioning that I discussed with you. Remember to try and keep your shoulders square. Just keep them exactly where they are, just over those bolts. Give it a nice pressure pop down, you know, with that back foot toe. Watch the board flip, catch that grip and go. Much easier moving, I should imagine, because the momentum, as with the shove it, as with the varial flip, as with the varial heel, as with any trick that does the 180 or 360 rotation, they always seem to be a lot easier in motion, and you have much less chance of slipping out. So do bear that in mind if you are trying the pressure toe flip. So this video is obviously inspired by a trick suggestion down in the comments below. You guys are pretty familiar with my skill set, so please do feel free to leave any trick suggestions down in the comments below with something you would like me to try, demonstrate, or tutorial. Just leave it down in the comments below. I'll have a good read through them and see which ones I can give a go. This was a trick suggestion from Cole Spence. It's worked out really nicely. If there's any more of sort of like a beginner to moderate skill level, please do leave it down in the comments below, because I'm always keen to learn new tricks. There are loads of tricks that I have in my mind that I want to try. Some of them are far too advanced for me at the moment. Some of them I just haven't got round to, but I feel like they'll be pretty simple. Always keen to try new tricks. Which tricks are you currently working on? How are your flip tricks? If they're not quite where you'd want them to be, definitely try this toe flip, because I can assure you, you'll probably land it in the first session you try it. Just give it a good hour. I don't even think you'll need that. It's a very nice, simple trick. It feels cool. It's doing the motion of a varial flip, for Christ's sake. Varial flips are seriously cool, so the toe flip is by default, by definition, by something else beginning with D, seriously cool. I want to say a huge thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
you.